you very much, Oliver, for being with us today. So my name is Eva. I'm the founder of Resources, which is a platform that helps beauty brands understand sustainability so that they can develop better product. And Oliver, can you just give us a quick introduction and tell us what you do?
Yes, so my name is Oliver Vogel and I work at GEKA in Germany, and I'm in charge for the global beauty business at Medmix, a company that is all about applicators and delivery devices. And I've joined the company last year and really enjoy being in the world of liquid cosmetics.
Very good. Thank you for joining us today. And I wanted to ask you, because I know at GEKA you've already worked on a specific way to reduce your impact and to become more sustainable. And if I'm not wrong, it started with the PCR materials into packaging. And can you tell us more about the other steps that you took as a company in general?
Yes, absolutely. So PCR is a first step when you want to really ensure circularity and waste reduction. And another step is then, next and also in parallel with a longer term approach to reduce the carbon impact of every step on the way. So this also includes, for example, decoration in terms of waste, for example, reduction of solvents, etc., and energy usage. So when we look at all components and all processes, this is really a way to have, a very trustful and reliable, sustainable solution that matters and which goes then beyond just looking at raw materials. So for us as a manufacturer of cosmetics packaging, we have huge impact on the material solutions, and therefore it's important also to play our role to shape the future here.
Yeah, because you think that for sustainability, what matters is an overall global view about the way you develop your product, not just, as you say, about materials.
Yes, absolutely. So it's really the entire end-to-end process and not just the material, which is a key component, which is highly relevant, as I said, about circularity, but it's one key element, but it needs to be working together with all the other elements.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. So to go back a bit of what we were saying, so you started with GEKA working on the PCR materials. PCR is post-consumer recycled material, which is mean that material that has already been in the hands of consumer and reintegrating into packaging. I know you've also developed bio-based fibers to reduce
Yes.
also your impact. You've just released PCR fibers. But now to go more into the overall impact of the product, I know you're working on a new printing and a new decoration technique. Can you tell us about what it is exactly?
We have developed over a longer period of time a new decoration technique that we call shadow printing. And the purpose there is to have a more sustainable decoration process without adding any additional materials, film, ink, foil, you name it. So that is the objective, to have something that doesn't really change the properties of the material we use.
So you don't change the property of the material, you don't add any color, you don't add any foil, you don't add any decoration, but still there's sort of a matter, like a feel to the product, right?
Yes, so it's basically we modify the surface appearance, so you will have a visual and as well as a sensual impact as you touch it. The polypropylene or the PET or what have you is going to remain exactly the same as it was before. It's just going to have a different appearance, and therefore, regarding recyclability, circularity, it's not going to change how the piece undecorated can be recycled and recovered versus when we apply the shadow printing.
Very interesting. And if I'm correct, this works mostly on resin, like chemical resin from plastic, regular resins that you use for packaging, right?
Yes, exactly. So the range of plastics that we use to produce caps and bottles, etc. So all of them we can decorate all the plastics that we're using and have different visual effects on them.
Okay. And why do you think? Because I think it's very interesting because it's a new decoration and you reduce the waste while reducing the carbon impact, if I'm correct as well in the decoration process. Yes.
Yes. So, I mean, we analyzed that also to see what the true benefit is beside not adding anything and having this really, I mean, truly recyclable in the purest sense of the meaning. So if you compare that with typical decoration techniques like hot foil stamping would be saving 8% CO2 emission. And if you would compare that surface effect, which we can generate to an alternative method like matte lacquering, it would be even 25% CO2 emission less or reduction that we can generate.
So this is why you think that this is a game-changing technology, I guess.
Yes, so we are absolutely convinced that there is, a lot of potential in this solution. So that's also why we aim for, protection and patents, etc., to make sure that we have something that we can also ensure that it comes at that quality level that we have developed to customers and to brands. And I believe there is the next level for brands to also communicate to the consumers in a not just visual but also in a sensual way, so that you have brand values, recognition, certain patterns, etc., that are being not just perceived from the distance but also felt when you have them in your hands, and you can easily recognize that.
Yeah, I agree. It's very interesting because as a user of like a lot of your product, meaning mascara, and lip product, etc. For me, the sensorial aspect is very important, and to make sure that I can hold it and feel it. And for me, it would be as a user very important aspect. So it's very interesting that now you've developed a cleaner and a more sustainable solution without using this sensorial aspect, which is for me very important as a user, and I'm sure consumers are impacted by this as well. And it's really interesting you mentioned about the carbon impact, because for me, I think this is the next level of sustainability. We started with the PCR and reducing waste. Now we're going into carbon reduction. What do you think the future of sustainability is for you? How do you see that with Geka?
So definitely reducing the usage of virgin materials is key. Also increasing recyclability of what we produce is another aspect. And with shadow print, this is what we've just introduced into the market a couple of months ago, and where we see, very very positive feedback from the brands across the globe, which is very promising. Next would then be weight reduction, reusability, and making sure that we close the loop and we bring it to the next level.
Okay, very, very interesting. And I think you touched on the reusability, and I think it's going to be one of the next biggest challenge of our industry, because making everything reusable and in a very nice way as well, not just like a bland and just regular packaging, but making it still luxury, I think is going to be one of the biggest challenge in our industry.
It
So
is.
yeah, so thank you very much, Oliver. Any last word you want to say, or do you think you said what you wanted to say, or?
No, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share with you and with everybody who's watching this video, the opportunity to, have some news, some positive impact on how sustainable cosmetic packaging can look like and can be decorated, and what the next steps are. And I guess it's the effort of everybody involved in this industry to keep pushing every day to challenge each other to, for the best of everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for contributing to making the beauty a better world and developing innovative and sustainable product. And thank you for coming on the air today with me and with this time. Thank you very much, Oliver, and thank you
Thank you
everyone.
very much, Eva, and see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.